Here's the 30-second lesson on what legends know. Never practice nunchucks in a crowded room. Never eat chole before a road trip. Always take your shirt off before you iron it. Don't take a call near a swimming pool. And don't forget, saving is not investing. Legends don't just save, they invest in mutual funds. Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.
While this contest looks so predictable in large swaths of our political landscape, it is also more keenly contested than 2019 in some important states. How well contested is this election going to be? If you are a Modi BJP supporter, you would say this is the least unpredictable election ever and expect 400 plus for NDA. If you are an opposition backer, on the other hand, you might say this election will turn out to be like 2004. That's what Mallikarjun Kharge told Sharan Povana, our correspondent in Karnataka, where Vajpayee's NDA, although they were favourites by a long distance, they lost. There is a curious build-up as the votes in the first phase are cast. There are so many opinion polls on TV channels whose methodology you don't know anything about, but they are all predicting the same thing, a BJP tally bigger than 2019. The most successful pollster lately, Pradeep Gupta of Access My India, has not spoken as yet, or maybe he has. There was that tweet apparently from him telling Money Control, the digital platform, that NDA was having a tough time or a struggle in 13 states. The tweet was deleted shortly afterwards. He did not, however, claim that he has conducted a poll yet, and he hasn't. That's why this could just be an opinion. When a champion pollster hedges his bets, the best a journalist can do is merely read an election, which is what I am trying to do. Could it be, therefore, that both sides are somewhat right on this, and Gupta too, Pradeep Gupta too, in what he said in that deleted tweet? An Indian election, even under peak Modi, is a net outcome of contests in different states. In the 25 years of coalitions, that is 1989 to 2014, I had argued that an Indian general elections is like a best of 9 sets tennis match. The side that wins 5 will grab the electoral grand slam, which means form a government. These 9 states were Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, that is before division, Madhya Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Rajasthan, Karnataka and Kerala. That makes 9. These added up to 351 seats. The side winning 5 of these would get close to 200, which was the 272 effectively in the era of coalitions. This ended in 2014. The reason I say this is that if you got 200 then, you could happily form a coalition. Remember, even the best Vajpayee had done was 182 in 1999. For this election, we will revise that theory and look at 6 key states: Maharashtra, West Bengal, Bihar, Karnataka, Odisha and Jharkhand. These states, accounting for 193 seats, are where a tougher contest is on. These will determine the tally for the BJP, the final tally for the BJP on 4th of June. All the seats the BJP wins above around 225 will need to come from these states. For voters born after 1977, if we take the first non-Congress government as the starting point, right? That's how I'm making the cutoff. 1977, the emergency was lifted and the first non-Congress government, the Janata government, came in. So we can take it as a history-changing moment for Indian politics. Also, from when we began to get the idea that someone other than the Congress could rule India. If we take that as the starting point, the idea of a Lok Sabha majority has been alien to the 2 generations born after 1977. Modi's victory in 2014 therefore seemed like a sweep to them. Though with 282 seats, he had a narrow majority, just a majority of 10. 272 is the halfway mark. Indira Gandhi's default number after she broke away from the Congress old guard in 1969 in a smaller Lok Sabha used to be in the 350 seat ballpark. Now, if 2014 was taken as a sweep, 2019 with 303 became a landslide. While the Pulwama Balakot fueled nationalistic upsurge in 2019 gave the BJP much higher vote share than 2014, that is 37.7% compared to 31.4%, the number of seats rose by 20 only to 303. Why only? Because landslides in India, we told you earlier, used to be in the 350 seat range. What this tally of 303, 303 or 303 in 2019 tells us is that even when one leader commands such devastating appeal, India's was still an election fought state by state. Modi won almost everything in 5 states: Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Haryana, Assam, Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh. That is 278 seats out of 320. In the rest of the country, out of 223 seats, it was a hard slog to a mere 23 seats. That's the key point. The party did well in West Bengal and Odisha, but was way behind the leader. The total sweep in 12 states and unheard of margins exaggerated the extent of that victory. Check out a story of which I'll share a link with you with the description. You will also see a screenshot on your screens. Check out this story by Amog Rometra from our formidable Politics Bureau. You will also see the graphic we used in that story. That graphic is self-explanatory. That gives you a breakup of the states in which BJP won seats by more than 50%, and it's color coded, so the darker color means more seats won by BJP by more than 50% votes. This shows how the BJP secured more than 50% of the vote in 224 seats. That's a lot. Crossing 50% mark is the holy grail in a first past the post system. We can understand this better if we remind ourselves that even with these 414 seats in 1984, Rajiv Gandhi had secured a vote share of only 46.6%. Two conclusions follow. One, that out of these 224 seats, a bulk of which fall in the BJP's 12 sweep states, not all, a bulk of these, the mountain its 2024 challengers must climb is much steeper. Because if you have to beat the BJP today, say in Haryana, in Delhi, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, the BJP's already got more than 50% of the vote in most of those seats. In fact, in 40 out of the seats in UP as well. So that's a big mountain to climb for his challengers now. This in spite of opposition alliances this time. There are some alliances, some angry castes as say Jats in Haryana, and a missing Pulwama-like trigger. Take Haryana for example, where many of these negatives exist, including double anti-incumbency against the BJP state government. Then we remember that the BJP secured 58.21% of the vote in 2019. It is that tough for the opposition now, however resurgent it might be. Two, the same data tells you that while the BJP took these 224 seats in one almighty sweep, in the rest of the country, that is out of 319 seats, the party won only 79. I had earlier given you a breakup of the 12 states that the BJP swept. This is the larger number. They won these 224 with more than 50%. In the rest of the country, 319 seats, they won only 79 seats. Of course, it didn't contest all of those, but I am talking about the entire catchment beyond the 224 because right now the BJP's idea or the BJP's ambition or the BJP's boast is that it's going to get a lot more, and with its allies it's going to cross 400. That's the reason we have to look at the entire catchment. That is a strike rate of less than 1/4, that is 79 out of 319. That's a strike rate of less than 1/4. Start from this base if you are a BJP supporter. Feel free to take 224 for granted and then count how you reach 370. 370 is also a promise of the BJP for itself, just by itself. The BJP then will have to win almost half of the remaining 319. This is where the battle is on. One side looks very dominant in much of India, and yet elsewhere it is a contested election. And for Narendra Modi to retain his sway, the first target is to cross 303 again. Which brings us back to our idea of the 6 key states. These add up to 193 seats. Three of these, Karnataka, Bihar and Maharashtra, featured among the 12 Modi swept in 2019. New political challenges now confront him in these. The remaining three, West Bengal, Odisha and Jharkhand, BJP won in fact 11 seats out of 14 in Jharkhand, but there was a contest. These had already offered him varying degrees of resistance. Another 100 seats or so in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Kerala are mostly distant for the BJP. It will need another 100 or so from these 6 states to go past 303. There are two reasons why we pick these 6 states. One, that the BJP has sufficient strength in these to make a big impact, even get a majority of the seats. The second, that in each Modi faces a different reality, a different challenge. In Maharashtra, which it swept the last time, in fact Maharashtra and Bihar, which it swept the last time, his stalwart allies are much weakened. The Shiv Sena has split and the Janata Dal United in Bihar looks a fading force with its ideology-free and feckless leader. Modi has the double challenge also of swinging votes for them, for his allies in this election in his name, in his own name. This shifts the balance a little. Odisha no longer has the friendly, if not fixed match of 2019, when a trade-off between the state assembly and the Lok Sabha between the BJD and BJP had become visible. It was seen. Naveen Patnaik now would worry that if he comes out weaker and vulnerable, he might have to spend his old age in political decline, protecting his flock from the agencies, if not having to answer them by himself directly. That is the reason we say that while the contest looks quite predictable in large parts of our political geographies, it is also more keenly contested than in 2019 in some, and some critical ones. That's why the 6 states we've listed are the ones to watch if Modi wants to better his 2019 mark of 303, or if his rivals want to stop him short of 273.